So I'm going to read a passage from this book, Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu. It's translated because it's a Chinese uh, monk who wrote this. Before I start, by not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you will cause people's hearts to remain undisturbed. Therefore, the sage's way of governing begins by emptying the hearts of desires, filling the belly with food, weakening the ambitions, toughening the bones. In this way, he will cause the people to remain without knowledge and without desires, and prevent the knowing ones from Ado, practicing non-Ado, and everything will be in order. Ado means to fuss, non-Ado, so not fussing. I'm 25 now. My birthday was August 3rd, which was last Saturday. It's like 1 a.m. right now. Um so a couple days ago, or I think it was Tuesday, I was driving to yoga teacher training with one of the people in our sangha, and I asked him this question: um, "When are you happiest?" Because he's 32 and he got married at 23, and like he's getting separated. And I just asked him because I was just curious, like, when were you happiest? Like when you were my age? And he said, like, when he was just in the moment, like, and the way he said it, you could just tell was coming from a very sincere place. And he said, whenever I was just in the moment and not stressing about the future or worrying about the next thing or waiting to get to the next place to be happy. And he was like, I was happiest on vacations when I was just there and just being, happy to just be there, or going for a hike, being in the mountains, just being present, and that's when I felt happiest. And that really stuck with me because I've been I've been working on being present every single day and not taking each day for granted. And it's made an absolutely big difference in my life. And, you know, when we finished our yoga teacher training on Tuesday, it was cloudy and there was just a ray of sunshine coming through the clouds that made like an orange hue. And we were looking at it and we're like, dang, look, and it seemed something so simple. And we're driving back and it went away. And my friend was like, see, it's gone. If we didn't notice it in that moment when we got out of the studio and taken a moment to just appreciate that ray of sunshine, we would have never known it was there. It's gone. And that's the way life is. It comes and goes quickly. You just got to take it in by the moment, at the moment. And that had stuck with me so much. I came home and I just sat here in a hoodie. I had showered and I'm just laying down. I'm listening to music. And I just thought to myself, what more could I possibly want? What more could I possibly want? I woke up, I showered, I went to work. I came home, I had like 3 hours. I did an hour of yoga, read for an hour, and cleaned the house. I didn't speak for like 3 hours. I went to yoga teacher training. I got to be in a group of people who are doing the same things I like to do. We learned new things. That's all to help us through life, you know. Yoga is supposed to help with suffering, you know, is to help us, navigate suffering. And I came home, ate food, and I was like, I got to do everything I wanted to do today, and I'm sitting here on, that night and just thinking to myself, is there really anything else I really wanted? And, I was just so at peace with the day, and understanding that it's okay to have slow days, you know, slow days as in just taking your time, you know. I don't think I had allowed myself to do a lot of that and to come to that realization and understand that it's okay to enjoy simplicity, you know. I struggled with that for a long time of wanting and wanting and wanting. And, to understand that it's all a work in progress, The things I want are going to happen, but, you know, to not take for granted these days where I can sit in a backyard and just look at greenery behind me, to read a book for an hour and be completely at peace with a day like that. I mean, who knew I would enjoy books this much? Who knew? Like, I've got like so many books now that I just love reading, you know? And it also made me think about all the people who have taken care of me and helped me get to where I am, because, I'm starting to really develop myself, you know, and shape myself emotionally. And it makes me think of what work all the people who've been there for me and helped me and taken care of me, it makes me think of them and get curious about how much work they've had to do to get to where they were able to love me the way they've loved me. And I think of like all the parents specifically. And, I've been in the emotional gym now for over a year now, to where I'm in the emotional gym regularly, and it's real easy to just, you know, be in there and have zero issues, And it's made me grow a bigger appreciation for all of my parents, and to understand that nobody's perfect and they put their best foot forward the best way they know how. And it's also taught me an important lesson on grace, and to understand that people do things usually with the best intentions in mind, and you have to give them grace when it doesn't come across to you the way you want it to or expect it to. And I'm just really, really thankful for all the ways I've been shown what love is and what caring for somebody is, what it means to give somebody space to be who they are. I've just really appreciated that aspect of life, which I don't think I really understood very well. And it's given me a lot of perspective, because I sit still a lot more now. I do a lot of sitting still in the evening time. And, the other day, I just sat back here and had a flood of emotions of just being so happy to be alive after all the dumb shit I've done. And, just laid here listening to music and just thinking to myself, what more could I really want? And that's what the passage was talking about, page 3, and I have all these goals and things I want to do, and to understand that I need to find that balance and be okay with having a good solid life, and also want to experience more, but to not let my wants consume me, you know? Like, all I'm wanting is to live in peace and harmony within myself, because that allows me to then share what's on the inside with my environment and the people around me. And for a while there, I was not at peace with myself or in harmony with myself. And it came out in destructive ways. It came out in very irrational behavior. And to forgive myself for the way I was behaving and acting has, been has been an experience. That's really what it's been, is an experience to go through all the emotional processes of guilt, anger, sadness, acceptance, and then to release all of those feelings that get bottled inside. And it always just brings me back to, you know, like not giving up, basically, because life can feel so daunting, and to learn to be in control and to understand that the reason it feels daunting is usually worrying about things that haven't really happened, or worrying about things that you don't necessarily need, you know. And so to finally be in a place where I'm I'm okay just waking up, going to work, working out, doing yoga at home, going to the studio, Jake and I talk in the backyard, just hanging out. We make dinner, we cook like 4 or 5 times a week, you know, and understanding that we're supposed to enjoy these stages of our lives, and to not overwhelm ourselves, you know. Sitting still can be enjoyable, and who knew? Who knew me, of all people, would enjoy sitting still, just listening to nothing but birds chirping, you know? Who knew I would enjoy sitting quietly in meditation with no music? So, I'm very grateful for the human spirit that dwells within me, that's been passed down through all the generations of people that have come before me, you know, for all the people who didn't give up, so that they could love me, they could encourage me, they could be there for me. I'm really grateful for them, and I'm grateful for the examples I have of people who didn't give up. because I think sometimes we get wrapped up in our own thoughts, and then we tend to forget that other people have done what we're trying to do, and it's doable. It's doable, and to press on, you know, like all the humans did before me. And now it's my turn. I'm 25 years old. I'm not quite a, I'm not a super young man, you know, but I'm also not like 30 where you're like, oh, like you're a full grown ass adult. I'm like an amateur, you know, and I'm learning skills now, emotional skills and other skills. And it's been great to find that equilibrium. It's been great to find that emotional stability, to be able to sit here and recognize where I'm at in my life, and to be at peace with it, to truly be at peace with myself, to where I'm able to share peace with the people around me. To anybody out there who watches this video and manages to make it to the end, and you're at a place where you're feeling lost, you're feeling hopeless, maybe you're feeling a little hurt, there are people who care about you. There are people who love you, and there are people rooting for you. You may not you may not know it right now, you may not feel it right now, but you know, the universe roots for you. If you need something above human beings, the universe roots for you. That's why you live on this planet, this blue, beautiful, green, and luscious planet. So keep going. You will find a light. You will find warmth. You will find heat that will keep you going. That will remind you that you are not here to suffer. That is not why we were born. We are not born to suffer, you know, and you need to trust in that. We are all born to enjoy life because life is beautiful. And I hope that you will all find your inner peace so that one day you can share those feelings of peace and bliss within you with other people. Today is August 10th. It's probably like 1:30 or something right now. Thank you for watching. Good night.